everyone, ThePandaSenpai here, and welcome once again to another channel update. This time, it's regarding what I've been doing past Idle RPG. I decided to actually work on a sequel to the game, rather than making the game better. There was a lot of reasons that led me to that. First of all, I'm not abandoning Idle RPG 1. Idle RPG 1 has a special place in my heart, as it has been my first actual debut game. I did make other games before, but not as a one that had such an impact that reached so many people before as Idle RPG has done. The reason why I decided to start working on a sequel, it's because there were several fundamental issues with Idle RPG 1. The core code of the game was really messed up, really clunky. I don't know the right words to actually describe it, but I've been remastering it, rewriting, refactoring the code and such. But there were things that would require me basically to write it all over from scratch. And instead of rewriting Idle RPG 1 from scratch and keep it the same game, I decided, why not rewrite it while making it a better game, a new game. Evolved version of Idle RPG 1. And that is where I currently am. I'm actually working on Idle RPG 2. The people from the Discord, the Idle RPG Discord, already know of that. They contribute a lot, they help me with ideas, and they talk to me on a daily basis. And you guys are also invited to join the Idle RPG Discord. You guys will be very, very well welcomed, and feel free to talk about it. I will interact with you as well in the channel and do as much as I can. So, I'm here in Game Maker Studio 2, and this is where I coded both Idle RPG 1 and where I'm coding Idle RPG 2. Why did I choose Game Maker Studio from Yo-Yo Games and not Unity? Why not code my own engine? Why not make it in Java, JavaScript, C#? Why? Godot, there are several other engines. I could even try Unreal, even though Unreal is not for 2D games. But why Game Maker Studio 2? First, let me tell you a quick story on how I got into coding games. Since I was a kid, I always had a thing with RPG Maker, even before the RPG Maker XV version. Wasn't that the version? Before MV, before XV, wasn't there one that was made for Windows XP? I don't remember. Anyways, there was actually a version that was made for PlayStation 1. I had that version. I never fully published the game, but I loved playing with Game Maker. Not Game Maker, sorry. RPG Maker. And that always fascinated me. Oh my god, I can actually make games. Even though it was basically just making maps and putting monsters for myself to play and having fun with that. That still inspired me a lot. I felt joy in working. So there was always times that I never touched any sort of game development to or program to for years until I grew up. I got in touch with more other RPG Maker versions, and then about 4 or 5 years ago, I decided to take it further and actually invest myself more into game making and not be stuck with RPG Maker. And then I knew nothing about coding, no language at all. And I thought, what would be the best engine for me to start with? And the only two engines that came into my mind that I knew of were Unity and Game Maker Studio, back when it was Game Maker Studio 1.4. I knew about Game Maker Studio like before. I mean, before it was even called Game Maker Studio, it was only Game Maker. I think it was version 7 or 8, even 6. I did see like a little bit of that, but never really got into it. I found it always way too complex for my understanding, until I finally decided to give my best to learn how to code. And then how I learned it, like the basics. By no means I'm no master in coding, like I suck big time. I learned it mostly from YouTube. I kept watching videos and more videos. I spent like 3, 4, 5 hours a day just watching videos for coding, and I spent like one entire year. And I would always like trying to make like several small projects here and there, just to see like how it works. Like, oh, I would see like someone making a tower defense, and was like, oh, can I make my own tower defense that shoots like 1 billion arrows per second and such? I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. And I would spam the screen with arrows. But that age kept like passing, and I kept learning some tricks here and there, until I finally decided to make games and such. And that's how I learned like the basics. And since I was always dealing with Game Maker Studio, that's the one that like I felt easier to learn, I somehow grew fond of it. I know Game Maker Studio has a lot of by a lot I mean a lot of limitations that other engines do not have. And I've heard a lot of people telling me, go Unity. But lately I've seen a lot of news as well about Unity not being the best option right there either. So I decided to deal with Game Maker Studio the way it is, with the limitations it is, and instead of focusing on the limitations, I decided to focus on what can I do to surpass those limitations imposed by the engine itself. And then you come to learn like new techniques that you can bypass such limitations, or even better ways of coding. It's like those challenges when you have to draw with a limited palette. You can actually do some masterworks despite the limited palette. Anyways, I've been rambling a lot, and I didn't show you guys anything at all. So I am here with Idle RPG 2. I've got a lot of things done by now. I think I've been working over a month on it. Unlike Idle RPG 1 that I released in 9 days. I did improve it like on the course of like 1-2 months after. But the initial game was only 9 days long. So you can see like there's a bunch of sprites, a bunch of monsters. There are some props here and there. Skills that I need to do, like a lot of them need to do. And here you will find like a lot of code. By a lot I mean really a lot of code. How the attributes play out. This is a very basic one. I think this one might be better. Like, not this. Hold on. Class stats. In here you can check like what each class, like how they scale differently. Something that did not have on Idle RPG 1. Like there is a fighter, knight, cleric, archer, thief, mage, gambler, pajamas, and the game is open to have additional classes, and each class will also have their advancement classes. Like for instance, you can see like a fighter. Hold on, let me actually open this one. This is how like the basic layout. They first get these stats based on their attribute, and then you have these ones laid out on top. So like a fighter will get everything that's in here, plus a fighter physical attack will bypass. If you see, check here, physical attack here, it's 10 plus strength. A fighter on the other hand starts with 12 plus strength times 1.3. So a fighter will always have more physical attack based on strength. For instance, for comparison, Gambler does not gain attack based on strength, it gains on luck, and so on. So Game Maker splits stuff into script, and then you have like the objects here as well, which will like be instance inside of a room. So instead of showing you like the actual code, why not show you the game? So here we go. Boom, this is the game. Let me delete my save. Okay, this is how it starts so far. You're inside your home. You finally have a home. You can interact with the objects. For instance, you can go to sleep, you can go to the wardrobe, you can change your outfit, with meanings change your class. Currently I'm working on the alpha release, and for the alpha, the 3 classes that were most voted were Archer, Thief, and Gambler. All classes will be available, but only these three classes will have skills coded in the game. So since Gambler was the most voted, let's pick Gambler. As you may see now, we are a Gambler. You'll be able to interact with the calendar to check the dates and like the events that's going to happen. You can exit the door, and you can check your great grandfather as well, the picture of him. How lovely. There will be several stages. And here, like a limited, I gave a recommended level for each one of them. But I've been thinking a lot about that. That's not how they are gonna work out anymore. They are not gonna have a recommended level, because it's not about your level anymore. Like Idle RPG 1, your level resets quite often. And you have different types of level as well. By the way, I'm looking at the wrong screen. I'm looking at OBS, what I'm supposed to look at the game. Alright, so here we have our Gambler. We have monsters all around. We have the time of the day. There is a day-night cycle. There are seasons. Since I'm running like a debug mode, I can actually show you that as well. And you have your 10 skills. And the skills are based on your class. Each class has different skills. So we can check the battle tab, which compares your character against the closest enemy to you. In this case, Liz Wiz. At level 1, they all have like 1 in all stat most of the time. At most, they have 2 in their main stat. Liz Wiz, for instance, would be intelligence. And as you may see, we have a new stat, attribute, which is wisdom. And there is a new creature for that as well. Here we can check the battle stat, which already take in consideration the monster's like stats as well. For instance, if I have 84 hit chance, the monster has 16% dodge chance, avoid. And the other way also works. 76 hits, 24 dodge. That sums to 100%. Same with the crit. Except, yeah, it's working fine. My crit resistance is over 100%. That means his crit rate is less than 0. We can see defense, attack, blah blah blah. On the base, that's actually where we level up our attributes. Since we are a Gambler, we are gonna go with his luck. So far we can only use keyboard here, but that's gonna change. So now I increase my luck, I have more physical attack. It also increases my critical hit. That's the chance. And that's the damage. And if I go back to battle, my actual critical hit now is 25%. And the enemies is only -5. What I could do eventually, if I think that would be a nice idea, is if the critical hit is negative, there is a chance of doing less damage instead of doing more damage. I'll think about that yet. If I decide it's a good idea, I might add it. So let's move. Space. The camera zoom in a little bit, and once you go into battle, it zoom in even further. You have here your HP, SP, MP, just like on the previous one. Besides that, as base tab is orange, you have your experience right here as well. I would add the experience here maybe as a text, but as of now it's only like 2/10. And then you have another experience bar here, and this one is for class. Now you have the class window. This is where you're gonna be able to upgrade your class skills. Every time you level up your class, you're gonna get 1 CP point, and that CP point can be used to upgrade any of the skills. Some of the skills will be locked behind levels, while others will be locked behind class advancement. Like these 2 will be locked behind second job and third job, and these ones will be like level. You have active skills, these 2. You have buffs, these 2, and then you have passives. So far, I got like the icons of the skills and the ability to buy the skill coded, but the skill itself, it's still not coded. That's what I'm planning to do very soon after I'm done with like the icons for all 3 first classes. And another nice thing, even like what the skill does is not coded, as you may see in the description right here. They all do the same thing, just the name. Throw card, coin hit, head or tails. You guys can read it and you guys can pause it. Another cool thing I added is if you press shift, you can compare it to the next level before you level up. It changes. And in here, you can use the skills from here on the basic tab. I mean, everything closed. You can double click to close, or you can press tab as well. Shift tab also works. And that leaves us with the, okay, we got one level, base. And then I can go luck even further. That did not increase my physical attack, because luck increases less than 1 per luck. But on the other hand, you're also getting critical hit and critical damage. Once I get 1 CP here, I also get 1 luck. That's extra from the class. Like, for instance, a fighter, you get 1 strength for each level of the class fighter. And this is another thing how the game is going to play out. When you die, you lose your levels. You lose your base levels, always. That base level will be converted into experience, and it's gonna go into your rebirth level. So if you die, I'm level 2 right now. If I die at level 2, I'm gonna get 2 experience. I'm gonna be 2 of 10 to level up my rebirth level. By leveling up my rebirth level, I get 1 RP. And that RP will be able to be spent on the rebirth skills. Kind of like the ones we had before from other RPG 1, but I do want to go like a little bit further and enhance them a bit more. Instead of just giving like flat stat, I want to make them more quality of life as well. Second, when you die, you won't lose your class level. So your class level, it's always going to be permanent. There will be ways to unlearn a skill in case you mess up, but your level will be permanent. And that is why it takes much longer, if you compare both of them, much longer, much more experience to level up your class. We have an equipment tab here, but there is nothing coded, and past here, nothing's coded yet. So, I can press escape here to go back to the house. It goes back to the fighter class, but that's something I'm gonna change. And then, as you may see, my gambler is level 2. Yes, I did level it up. I could go archer, and this is how it's gonna work. Since I went back to the house, I didn't die. My level still stays. I'm still level 3. And the points I added into luck are still there. But I'm not getting +1 luck or +2 luck from the gambler anymore. I'm actually getting +1 dexterity from being an archer. And you see, my archer is level 1. The skills icons are not full here yet, but that give you like an idea how it works. An archer uses dexterity, as you may see. Another cool thing is that archers have like a way longer range, 133. So they attack from really further. I think I coded no, I didn't code the skills yet. The all throw card, but on my Discord, I actually have them like sort of outlined. I have a channel just for that. So that's actually pretty much how. Oh, look at this as well. There's actually one more thing I want to say. You can see how the skies are like turning sort of peach. That's because it's like dusk. And I can actually have my debug to increase the time. And it's actually gonna get dark. And then it goes night. And that, oh, that's way too fast. It's already dawn and morning. Okay, let's make it dark again. Okay, slow down. There we go. Slow down. Alright, so at night, monsters will spawn way more often. They will be way closer to each other. And after I kill this one, you'll be able to see it better. Look at this, how closer they are now. So this is like the rule so far. During daylight, monsters spawn normally. At dusk, there is a chance you might find rare types of monsters, like elite and such. They are not coded yet. I might actually have like different monsters, especially for dusk. At night, monsters spawn way more frequent, so they will be way more packed together. Look at that, like those two chickens and the slime between them. And then at dawn, you will actually get extra reward, extra gold, extra experience. And there is another thing as well. We are currently in spring. This is the season. I'm not sure how many days I made it per season. It used to be 28, but I think I switched it down to 14. I can actually skip days here. It's actually 28 still. On summer, the texture of stuff change, and also the day length changes as well, and night length. Like, I made spring be more of a. I think spring is a dawn season. Like, it's not necessarily longer than the daylight, the day cycle, but I made like the dawn significantly big. And then in summer, you're gonna have most of like daytime. And then for fall, I made it more so it's a dusk season. Dusk will be prolonged. This is fall. You can see the sprites change as well. The ground, the mountains on the back, the trees. And then in winter, it's mostly night. Let's go for winter. And there is winter. As you may see, let me speed up. It's already getting dark. Oh wait, no, wait. It's dark still even though it's like 9 a.m. Okay, so this is dusk. I mean, this was dawn, this is morning, day. I'm getting confused with the words, please. And then it should be like 2, 3. Yeah, at 2 it's already dusk. And then at 4 it should be night already. Yes, it's night. And then it's gonna be night all the way. Let me speed it up. And I can leave it like going really fast. But the time of game will actually proceed as 1 second in real life equals 1 minute in game. I'm trying to slow down. There you go. Thank you. Let's go back to your home. And then if you go to bed, this will be how the player will be able to speed up time. That's the only way you can legitimately speed up time is by sleeping. You can see the time pass faster. I have a lot of plans for this game. I've been discussing with people on the Discord server. I do intend to have like several additional idle mini games inserted inside of this game as like farming, mining, like actual like jobs like farming, mining, cutting trees, lumberjack, wood cutting, crafting like alchemy potions and such. And they will all help you with the adventure, like crafting better equipment, upgrading your house to provide you new buffs and such, and so on. I'm really dedicating a lot of my time daily trying to get this to be as good I can possibly make without. I know there will be like several mistakes, bugs by the release, but I'll be releasing alpha hopefully by next month, November. And I'll make it available for free on my Discord. So if you guys want to check it out and try it for yourself and see if it's good and such, you can come and join the Discord and channel and Discord discussion. I'll make the link available on the descriptions. And my end goal for this game is to actually release it on Steam. And I've still not decided yet about pricing, but I do have a strong feeling of making it available for free with like very very tiny DLCs that pretty much gives you like a you could call it VIP status, but it could be like unlocking like a special class, or like the actual name suggests DLC. Just in order to support me as well. I am willing to dedicate like I've been spending like possibly around 4 or 5 hours a day for this game. On weekends it can go even longer than that. And if I can spend more time and make this actually my profession, I will do so. So, thank you all for watching. And if you guys could actually share and make this more known, so I can actually get more people to join the Discord and support and help with the discussion, help with ideas, brainstorm stuff, suggest more stuff, criticize the things that they don't like as well, that helps a lot. I'll be very, very thankful. And this is the reason, answering all your questions. This is why I've been gone from YouTube for a long time. But don't worry. Today, I bought a game on Steam, and I actually feel like playing for my heart's content, and I'll actually bring that game to you guys later today. So, thank you all for watching so much. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you, have a nice day, and bye bye!